What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another wasianiverson VOD review, because this guy, I mean, he's been dropping a Project PvE nuke. I think he trolled a little bit in Project PvE, hence the fact that he's had to drop a nuke to get back up to rank 113. But also, I mean, it's wasianiverson. Sometimes you troll a little bit on PvE, especially if you're trying to learn. And the games today have been amazing. And this game, he got to play a comp that I'm very, very curious about. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard whispers about it, about this being potentially aligned. And I really want to see it in action. So start off here with the Vhagar 2. Do love the early Vhagar. This guy, if you can get to the 3 Spriken opener, I think he's just a monster, especially if you can get stuff like Rek'Sai in on top, activate Blackthorn as well. So that's the dream for this opener, I would say. We do have this bug still with these giant Teemo shrooms, which I kind of love it, honestly. I wouldn't mind if they kept that in the whole set, but for now, we just have big Teemo shrooms. First augment here, bodyguard training, electrocharge warpath, all look pretty bad, and we see double trouble here, and I mean, honestly, without much of direction for double trouble, pretty surprised he even takes it over birthday reunion, which I feel like is like wasianiverson's favorite augment. But yeah, we're gonna take double trouble here and just straight up full open-ish. I mean, this is as close to full open as you're gonna see wasianiverson get to. Into this line. That is his idea here. So he makes the JG. So what is the idea here? What is the idea for Double Trouble in this set in general? There is no unit this set that's like old. I'm thinking way back when. Talia, what set was that? Where, you know, like multiple units get knocked up and they will pop off. But there is this combination of 3 cost units, Cassiopeia, Fiddlesticks, and Rammus here, who fit 3 traits in, get Flora Fatalison, which is not bad for the Fiddlesticks by any means. Also, Cassio stack poison up a lot, can allow you to just kind of let 2 defenders sit on your front line. Fiddlesticks is going to shred MR. Cassiopeia is going to stack up a bunch of poison, start just shredding down any tank that exists, and adding backline access to that as well. We've talked a million times about how much backline access exists in this set, and this is just like another example of how much backline access there is out here. I would imagine that we should hold on to this Yorick here, but looks like he's just doing a scout here, so he is going to miss it in the shop, just because we would really like to get Blossom in here if we can, but I think he's just busy scouting. Ooh, we do pick up a Rengar here, who can just get sold immediately. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we picked it up for fun then with the charm. I mean, okay. Going to take, I was assuming it was blue buff here just to finish off the damage item. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. Cassiopeia, I mean, she's going to have to Spellweaver in, so it's not like she's like 0 AP. I don't think you mind at all getting some extra AP onto this unit, especially with like the JG blue buff. You'd be very happy with like a death cap onto her, but hey. This is a pretty awkward carousel here because it's all 2 costs. Really, we wanted to lost streak into a 3 cost off of carousel here, but we are going to be forced to just take this random tier here. Imagine this is just for frontline, but we'll see. We'll see where Wation goes with it. But I mean, we also won the last fight, which it's a tad bit awkward. Looks like he is playing more for this kind of like win streak in this spot, but it is a tad bit awkward of a spot just because we like lost 2 and then we won. And then we're actually in a pretty reasonable spot to lose the next 2 as well. You can see we're actually fitting Coven in on this board just to try to farm something for us, right? It's the early game. We have an okay, I mean, pretty bad board, honestly, though at least we have the Diana 2 to play around, or the Diana and the Elise 2 to play around here. So we can try to get, you know, maybe like a level 2 cash out, like lose this one and then double down one more time. You'd love to take the free roller here, but it's going to put you under 30 gold. It's 2 gold for 4 gold of rerolls, but if you lose 1, wow, he is going to take it and just say, okay, I can just downgrade the Diana onto this board. Okay, makes sense. Obviously, the board gets a lot weaker, but he doesn't care that much if his board gets weaker. And once again, 2 gold for 4 gold worth of rerolls is pretty good. I mean, it's plus 2 gold as long as it doesn't grief your econ, which is not in this spot. So we take another loss here. A little sad that we couldn't get that full loss streak. Not that you want that for Coven usually, but this is actually kind of a weird Coven-y spot where we're just going to take like a small cash out, yeah, like an 85 cash out, and then 3-5 it and be done. Would be my guess is how Wei Shen's going to play the spot. But we'll see. I mean, we have the Cassio as the unit that we want to play towards, so it is also possible that we could end up just playing this into, get some... Oh, well, that's pretty good too. We could, I was gonna say we could get this into, like play Cassio on the board. So we got abandoned ship here. This is a very, very, very good charm in this spot. Only downside is we are going to lose our Coven cash out until we get Coven back in. But it is a lot of resources for free in this spot. It sells your board, and who cares? In Wei Shen's spot, we were going to lost streak anyway. So that's amazing. He's now up to 12 rerolls. That actually... That is nuts. They might need to nerf this charm another time. Next augment here, Invested does look really juicy here. I know Radiant Relics is good, but yeah, I do really like the Invested in this spot just because it's a 3-cost reroll line. 3-cost reroll in general skews quite expensive, right? We need 3-3-star 3-cost units. The upside is we don't need anything more than that because the extra copies are going to get printed out of Double Trouble, so it's a little bit cheaper than a normal reroll 3-cost reroll line because you don't have to pay for all the other units. But still, hitting 3-star 3 costs is a lot of gold, not in just the units themselves, but also just having the gold to actually roll for them. So yeah, this is a very good augment pickup here, and we're also kind of chilling on items. I will say I don't think we need a lot more items in this spot. Honestly, we have 3 items here. Definitely 2 out of 3 are going to go into Cass. The other one's probably going to go into Cass's little sister, the smaller Cassiopeia. But hey, we will see here. Just trying to figure out what to play on this board here. I mean, sure, Rengar. I doubt that he's going to have enough time to farm. You could... I mean, he could make Declaw. I think the reason we have not made Declaw yet is probably because it's too heavy of an AD lobby. I mean, we see this board here, who is very, very heavy AD. The meta... I mean, there's actually a pretty good mix of AD and AP, but I don't think we really want to slam just an open Declaw in this spot here, especially because we're lost streaking anyway. All right, on to Carousel here. Is there a 3-cost that we care about? Not really, so I imagine we are just going to finish off one of these tank items. This is looking like it's going to be Gargoyle here, also going to be a really solid item. Even though these guys are defenders, they scale pretty well with extra armor tomorrow, especially Fiddlesticks. I'm curious to see who Wei Shen ends up tanking this game. But hey, it's 3-5 here. This is usually when you spike with 3-cost reroll, and this is when we are going to spike here. Really just want to find these upgraded units and a few copies of each. Find a lot of Caitlyn's here, but yeah, okay, so that's the trouble to be doubled here. We do get another Rammus, which is huge here, and he is going to pivot his board really nicely and even get the 3 Coven in. Wow, so he's opting to still play this. Beautiful pivot from wasianiverson. Means that we're sacking a little bit of value here in the fact that we're not like double troubling Fiddlesticks or something, but means that we are going to get this pretty small Coven cash out. I mean, it's not like it's going to change the game, but hey, 2 more losses here. It's a little scary, I would say. I don't really want to take 2 more losses here, but Wei Shen, a braver man than me. Also, to be fair, I mean, it's not like we're losing that much because we don't have the Soraka yet, so all we're losing is double trouble Fiddlesticks onto this board. So not like it's a huge opportunity cost, and the upside is, we're getting 85 stat cash out, which is pretty good here, especially... I mean, if we lose this fight, then we have it immediately. I would really, I mean, if I could choose, would like to win this fight and then win the next one and then use that as our cash out just so that we don't have to take another loss here because 38 HP is kind of low here. I guess this is the next best thing, which is a very good loss. So at least we don't take a ton of damage. Dropped down to 30 here. Must take the cash out, which is a lot of gold. There was like 10 gold there. That's pretty good. And so now we can just start double troubling. And we just need to find that Soraka, like Wei Shen team plannered out. Getting into Flora Fatalis is, I mean, it's kind of the only thing that you can add onto this board. And it's also a really good thing with this Gargoyle here. Curious to see if the Gunblade does come down for Wei Shen in this spot. We're going to roll down here. Might be too low damage if we do it. Blossom Lux is very interesting, though. It doesn't really fit on the board, but I mean, it's a unit. It's a unit that we can play for now. Yeah, I really want to see where the... kind of like how the items shake up in the spot here. He's going to go for the Reforge onto the sword here. This gets him into Spear Fist, which is really nice, and he's going to hold on to the rest of the items. Okay. Gunblade, theoretically, like it's good on a dot unit like Cassio. It's probably not that buildable here just because you're not going to have enough damage with blue buff Gunblade thingy, but we'll see here. Forge of Friends, I mean, Partial Ascension. Twin Guardians. Wow. I'm actually pretty surprised by this just because it's gonna awkward. It's gonna make our gargoyle value very, very awkward here, but it is a good, it's a lot of extra tank stats. We rolled down very, very hard here. It hit our entire board here. So now we are here. We have hit the board. Oh, I do like this positioning a lot, actually. One Rammus just on the far left here, just to make it so that, like, look, this entire right side of the board is still going to give us a lot of gargoyle value. Had we put this Rammus closer, it would be a little bit harder to get all the gargoyle value. But okay, it took a lot of HP loss. I don't actually even know how much HP we're at because this thing where like the HP bars keep like going bigger and bigger. Okay, 21 HP. So we lost a lot of HP here, but we've hit the board. So now the question is, how good is this double trouble board, and how good is, how strong can we get from here in this spot? Can we level up? I mean, next Soraka would be the level 8, and obviously we have Fiddlesticks 3 to go for as well if we want it. I imagine you do have to go for Fiddle 3 here, just because like there's not that much ability for this board to get much stronger if you don't go for the Fiddle, right? I mean, what are we really leveling for in the spot here? Maybe if you find like a random Ivern or something on 7, then that can be something that you think about. I still would like this Void Staff to move off of this guy eventually. We do see the Soraka here, and that's what we're looking at. And we do end up picking it up. I wonder if you're ever allowed to make it Archangels in this comp here, just because I mean, we have a very tanky front line. Cassio was like slowly hitting the entire board. I mean, yeah, we just have a lot of free tank stats in here. He's just going to end up using it to make the adaptive here, just to get tank items done in this spot. So yeah, I'm really curious to see where these last couple items go. I do know, Cassiopeia, units like this, dot units, and especially units that hit multiple units, which is what Cassio does as well, are really, really good with util. So that's why, we have this Void Staff on Cassio for now. That can definitely move down to the second Cassio. And likewise, this Rod could turn to Morello, this Bow could turn into Red Buff to get our heal cut done as well. There is kind of inherent shred in this board in that Fiddlesticks shreds, but it's flat shred, so it's not like one of those situations where you feel really, really good about like skipping MR shred because Fiddlesticks has shred already. You're still, I mean, we have the Void Staff done already. You can see, like, you still care about building shred on this board. I will say we're on a 3 streak here. We're even skipping combat charms. Like, we're not even using the free roll here for combat charms because we're that confident about the board strength. And I mean, you can see why these fights don't look very close. And Cassio is doing a lot of damage on every single fight. So I mean, I'm liking the board from what I'm seeing here. I wonder if Wajan will go 8 and just roll on 8, just because like this allows him to get the double triple Soraka in, maybe even find Soraka to play for that, and you can still find Fiddle on 8. I'm curious actually, or if he wants to maximize his odds of hitting Fiddle, then he'll go on 7 here. That charm seems horrible, so I don't think we're gonna go for that. Wajan is, I think, just checking the stats here to see what he can make. He is finally gonna make the Gunblade. Okay, so Gunblade comes down here. He's going to move these items over. Now that he has reached this spot, yeah, he's gonna go for the Gunblade. I'm down to do a stats check here because I thought this would make sense. Okay, I mean, these are light filters. Cassio 3 with the second Cassio in here. They do like the Gunblade a lot, say it's one of her best items. So honestly, blue JG Gunblade, kind of looking like Biss. Doesn't show up here because I think it's being built not very frequently, and also these stats get a little bit cluttered with the second Cassio's stats as well. Can I even filter this to... I don't think I can filter it to the first Cassio or the second Cassio. In any case, these items look great. So this, like, hi, I am inspecting element here. Okay. The items look very good. All right, if 1345. That doesn't, like, inspecting element doesn't like leak your social security number, right? I'm gonna go check that just to make sure that there's no like IP address or something in there. I don't know, man. I'm not a programmer. Ooh, this looks pretty juicy. What? Oh, okay. He held the extra anvil from okay. So he finally gets his last component here. Okay. I'm sorry. I streamed for too long. So I do really like this this charm, the one that gives you the extra anvils for this exact spot where we're sitting with this kind of like hanging anvil. I didn't even see it there in the bottom right, but you can just go for it. This is an interesting. Really? I mean. Oh, this is so troll. I mean, it's kind of okay, but I mean, you're gonna say like, what the hell just happened here? He picked up this charm that gives him 2 random charms, and then he hit major polymorph, and he polymorphed one of his Soraka's into a Draven. So that's why he had to do Draven here. This almost never happens, but every once in a while it does happen, and it can grief you pretty significantly. You know, imagine if you're playing a 4-cost comp and you just polymorph your carry into something else. It's okay for Wasian in this spot. I don't think he's really going to get the Draven cash out in this spot, because it was like Draven has to get 5 kills. I don't think this Draven's killing nothing here. But hey. Ooh, we do rotate into Black Sheep here. Okay, Loki, I'm gonna go see if Black Sheep has a VOD, because that is another comp I really want to VOD review, this Yunara reroll comp. Demacian Raptor put out a tweet about it earlier today, and it looks interesting for sure. Wasian played it in 1 game today, but ended up bot 4ing. So I was thinking about bot reviewing it, but then I don't like bot reviewing bot 4s usually. We're just going to go straight to 9 in this spot here just to try to finish capping out the board. Do find Taric, who looks very juicy here. Oh, and Ivern here. This is amazing. So this is going to be the cap out. Taric plus Ivern here, and the blue buff is just going to go into the Ivern. So like I said, Ivern's so good on this board. Taric, another just great unit on these type of boards. Even though we don't have Vanguard in for him, just the amount of extra shielding you get for free is kind of nutty here. This fight is really close, but this is where the Gunblade Cassio just goes crazy, ticking down the entire enemy board. Find a Kennen here, who I'm not really sure why he had Kennen in Planner, because I don't really, I mean, I guess you could play it. I don't think the Executioner is that big. If you find Kennen 2, sure, you can go on the board, and maybe that's the dream in this spot, is we find Kennen 2, replace, like, I mean, you know, if the dream is like double trouble Kennen on this board, but I mean, that's pretty far away. And we're also team planted out the Alun, probably not even gonna end up holding onto it here, but that's something else that you can go for. I mean, honestly, the Gunblade Cassio is looking like a beast, and it makes sense intuitively with your frontline, right? A very high Armor Namar frontline in Rammus with this Gargoyle, with the Double Trouble, with the Twin Guardians, just all the Armor Namar you could ever want in the world, makes Gunblade really, really good. Every point of healing that you're doing then is just super, super valuable there. So it's a great spot, I would say, for Wasian, and we actually reached top 3 this game all of a sudden. This game looked very sketch for a while we got there. All right, that is a Kennen. It's a Soraka 2. He does get a he gets a clone, but doesn't this mean that he needs to, I think he needs to take that other Cassio off the board, right? Because he needs to remove our Cassio, or he's gonna lose double trouble. Oh no. I'm pretty sure that does disable double trouble here. Copium is that we were gonna lose this fight anyway. I'm pretty sure this fight was really close. Oh my god. Well, Copium is that we were going to lose this fight anyway. But that's a sad end to the game, but it's a funny end to the game. And I mean, hey, something to watch out for. If you dupe your units, you do lose double trouble. You can't triple trouble a unit. You have to, it's double trouble. It's not 2+ trouble. Still a really, really cool game from Wasian, showcasing this comp, showing how to cap it out, showing itemization. I mean, just a beautiful game in general from him. I really like how he played this. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Medify. All my links down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.